One of the many ideas that we as agents hear about in order to gain more clients is to have open houses for your listings. But what if you don't have them? What if you're new and just starting out, or you're just in a slump on the listing side of things? Now, if you fit in this category, then there is some hope. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Joe Skipper, and I'm the owner of Skipper Realty Group, brokered by eXp Realty. And today we're going to take a look at doing open houses for other agents, and I'm going to give you 5 things that you should know in order to make it happen seamlessly. Now, if you haven't already, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, I would truly appreciate it. Also, if you want to stay up to date on the latest marketing techniques and information for real estate agents out there, then you should consider subscribing to my page. I put out content regularly so that you can be a more successful agent and thrive in this career in real estate. Open houses can have a huge upside to agents looking to get new clients, maintain their database, or become an expert in a particular community. Now, the nice thing about them from a marketing standpoint is if you have a particular demographic in mind, like a specific community, or you want to get into a specific market, like luxury or condos, this can be the way to help you get your foot in the door and make you look like an expert in that field. Now, there are so many things you can do with open houses, especially in the video world, that will give you the content to use for weeks, make connections with other agents, and get buyers clients as well. There isn't a ton to lose when you do an open house if you do it right. But the first thing you want to do is go over your expectations internally with yourself on what you want to get out of these open houses, but also the agent that is allowing you to do it as well. So there are a couple things to think about with this. First is whether the agent is part of your brokerage or not. Now, if they aren't part of your brokerage, then I would suggest getting approval from the principal broker as well as the listing agent. And I would definitely get it in writing. You want it fully documented that you are allowed to do what you are doing by not only their broker, but your agent as well. Now, some brokerages don't allow agents to show houses for other agents outside of the brokerage, so make sure you are all good on that end of things. If the agent you're doing an open house on is within your brokerage, then it's more likely okay to just get approval via text or email from that listing agent. But make sure you're up to date on the rules with it before you go about it though. Another thing to consider is whether that agent just needs you to show up and be a live person there, or if they're leaving you to do all the prep, the marketing, or anything else that goes along with it. Most of the time they have it all set up to make it easy for you to show up and be ready to show, but you want to know what their expectations are for you and what they will do as well. You want the experience to go well on both sides and for their client, so make sure you know what they need and want prior to that day. The second thing you need to do to host a successful open house is to do your research on the property. So many agents do these open houses and have no clue what house they're in and any intricacies with that particular one. Now, it's super frustrating for buyers that walk in and it makes you look bad. No one wants to work with an agent that looks like they do not know what they are doing. So talk to the listing agent and have a conversation on that home and anything that they can share. From what I've found is the common things people ask about at an open house is square footage, roof age, the HVAC system and what the age is there, any HOA issues, and any remodels that may have been done. So try to learn everything you can about the property beforehand. The third thing you want to do is to market the open house. This is the chance for you to market the home and also to show your niche what you're about. Everything is online now, so having a social media strategy for these things is going to be huge. Now, you have to follow your local and state rules for how you market these, especially if you're just hosting the open house and you don't actually own the listing. But I'll fill you in on a little secret. Most of your average buyers out there and people on your social media don't even think about whether the home is your listing or not. If you're marketing a home on your social media, people assume it's yours. It just is what it is. So as long as you are following your agency rules, the MLS rules for marketing, then you should be pushing this open house everywhere. It's going to make you look like you have dominance over the market you're in and attract both buyers and sellers to you because of it. Have a talk with the other agent about getting it advertised in the MLS, as they will be the only ones that have access to doing that since it's their listing. But other than that, use your social media, use Craigslist, use Facebook Marketplace, and show off this open house like crazy. The fourth thing we need to cover is the actual open house and what you need to do. Now, what I suggest is just show up early and meet the seller if possible. The agent will have already notified them, but it's always nice to meet them and let them know you are going to be the one that's in their open house. When you get there, most agents will have a sign-in sheet for buyers. Now, I think this can seem intrusive, but I think documenting obviously has the benefit of connecting with potential buyers, but it also offers the seller some sort of documentation of who is in their home if anything were to happen, like something goes missing or something like that. But have a good sign-in sheet to greet buyers when they walk in. Now, like I said earlier, being prepared is going to serve you so well in an open house. Prep yourself by internally answering any tough questions that may be asked from buyers. Walk through the home as if you were a buyer and see if there's anything that stands out to you that a buyer may want to know about. By getting there early, you can ask the seller's agent about any anomalies or surprises that stand out to you. If you saw it, then another buyer will see it. You are not only going to have other buyers in there, but other agents come as well. Be professional and have knowledge about common questions regarding this home. You may be asked if there are other offers in, why a home down the road is priced for less than this, and other random things that people ask when they go to open houses. Remember, the buyer has most likely been looking into that area and knows a lot about it. So know not only about the house you are hosting, but others around there as well. So be prepared, know the area, know the home you're hosting, and be ready for tough questions, and you will be so much better off for an open house. Which leads me to my final thing to know about when you host an open house for another agent, and that is client follow-up after the event. So we can't lose sight of the fact that the house we're holding open is to showcase that home for that seller and for that agent. We need to be prepped and to do a good job at showcasing that particular home. What comes from that is hopefully finding a buyer for that home that you can represent and close on the deal. But there are also buyers that come to that are unrepresented, which means they are not working with another agent. And they may go see that home but not like it for whatever reason, at which point this is a potential client that you can gain and help them to find the home that they do want. So once that open house is over, contact the people that came in to determine if you can help them make an offer on that home that was open, or if there was another way you can help them with their home search. Now, I'm not saying to take clients away from their current agent if they have one, but a lot of people come to open houses that don't have an agent. So this is a great opportunity to gain clients via the open house process. And if you choose wisely and pick the area or demographic of the home or price range, neighborhood that you want to work in, you can start to connect with buyers in that same area. Hosting open houses for other agents is a tested and reliable way to get your foot in the door with buyers' clients, as well as gaining experience with homes, answering questions, talking with people, learning your area, and all sorts of other things we need to do to be better agents. Now, in my company, there are requests for open house weekly, so we see a ton of new agents that seize on this opportunity to get into these open houses. If your brokerage has that, then that is awesome. You should reach out to any agent that has got the listings and see if they would like your help. Now, if your brokerage doesn't have that, but allows you to do outside agents open houses, then you can scan the internet or the MLS to find out what homes are listed in the areas that you want to be in and that aren't holding open houses currently. Reach out to that agent to see if you can do one. The goal of the listing agent is to expose that home to the most potential buyers to get the best results for their clients. So you will find more often than not that they're gonna let you host an open house. If not, in my personal opinion, they're not helping their clients out, but that's just me. If they say no, then move on to the next. I hope this video was helpful for you all, and if you have any questions about open houses and what goes along with it, including what the sign-in sheet looks like, shoot me a DM or text me and we can talk about that particularly. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my page to stay up to date with the latest tools, techniques, and tips for real estate agents in today's market. Thanks, guys.